He's the old guy.
Well, that too.
First of all, I want to start off by saying that the ATF, the FBI, CIA, all of our intelligence agencies, we have high regard for all of you, and I know some of my colleagues indicated today that we were beating you over the head. We're not. We're investigating this issue, and we're certainly not investigating the good work that you guys do. And I know some of your colleagues have been killed, some of you have been injured. We know you lay your lives on the lines for us, and so you have our respect and admiration for what you do. Now, let me just say to Mr. McMahon and Mr. Newell, you know that you're under oath.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, both of you know that. Okay, what I want to know is, do you know who was involved in the decision-making process to start this whole program?
Again, I think this was not a program. This was a criminal investigation.
Well, okay, this criminal investigation. Do you know who suggested or started this criminal investigation?
The agents on the street are the ones that will initiate the investigation.
Well, but someone said this is what we're going to do. Who started it? Where did you get the instructions to do this?
We don't give our agents instructions to do things. They go out and produce cases on their own.
So what you're telling me now is that this investigation that we're talking about, what's the name of it again? What's it called? Fast and Furious, the one with Fast and Furious. This just came from an agent in the field, and that was it. Nobody else had anything to do with it. You didn't get a letter of instruction or anything like that?
Absolutely not. The case.
Well, what about this? You say you got a memo. There was a memo from a Deputy Attorney General about this. What was that?
Well, I believe that Bill Newell was referencing a memo that the Deputy Attorney General put out regarding our strategy on how we're going to combat firearms trafficking.
Who was the Deputy Attorney General?
I believe that one came from Deputy Attorney General Ogden. It had nothing to
Deputy
do with
Attorney General Ogden.
It had nothing to do
When
with.
did that come?
It had nothing to do with Fast and Furious.
What did it have to do with?
It had to do with the government's strategy to help combat the violence that is going on in Mexico.
Did it have anything to do with the weapons that were going down there?
Absolutely. There was.
Okay, so it did have something to do with what we're talking about.
Yes, it did.
Okay. And his name is what?
I believe it was David Ogden, but I could not. I'm not
Okay.
positive.
Now, you also said earlier in testimony that there were a number of other agencies that were involved in this whole investigation process. You mentioned IRS, Customs, DEA, FBI, and so forth. You remember that?
Again, I think.
What were the names of the people that were involved in that?
Again, I think Bill Newell answered those questions regarding this operation, this case being conducted out of.
What I want is the names of the people that were involved in the investigation from each agency.
I don't know. I don't know the names.
Well, somebody does. Do you know, Mr. Newell?
I know a couple of the names. Yes, sir, I know the names.
Okay, we want those names. And the reason why we want those names is I'm going to ask the chairman to talk to them about continuing this investigation to find out how involved everybody was and why it went on as long as it did when we knew in 2009 that this kind of thing was going on. And if there were IRS agents, FBI agents, DEA agents, Customs, or others, we want to know who was involved so we can question them as well. So I want their names. Do you have any of their names right now?
No, sir, I don't. I'd have to get.
And you don't remember any of their names?
I remember one of the names.
Okay, what's his name?
I believe that the ICE agent assigned to the case was a young man by the name of Lane France.
Langford?
Lane France.
Lane French? Is everybody
France, sir.
Okay, you got that. How about the other agencies? Do you remember any of the names? Were there other people involved?
Yes, sir, but I don't know their names, sir.
Can you find their names for us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you get those names for us?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, will you get those names for us?
Absolutely.
Okay, and every single one of those names from those various agencies that were involved in the whole thing, we'd like to have their names and their titles and the agencies they work for.
Okay, yes, sir.
And you will get this for us.
I will do my best, yes, sir.
No, 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 no. I don't want you to do your best. I want the
yes.
names. Can you get us the names?
Yes, sir, I will.
And you do know that you do know who they are and you know how to get their names.
I will find out who they are and I will get their names, yes, sir.
Okay.
Would the gentleman yield?
I'll be happy to yield to my colleague.
Would you also include the dates that they were read into this program with sufficient specificity that they would understand the details of how the gun following that you say is not gun walking occurred? In other words, we don't want just to have names of people on a list. We want to have the names of people who were read into the program.
And the dates that they were involved.
Well, yes, sir. And if I can clarify a point, sir.
Well, before you go clarifying, I want to make sure I get all this, Mr. Chairman. I want to make absolutely sure we have their names, dates, times, places that they were involved in this investigation, so that we can trace it all the way back to its origin and see where we went, see who was involved, and how all these weapons, 2,000 weapons, got down in there into Mexico, and whether or not somebody higher up in the Justice Department or the food chain might have been involved. And the only way we can get that information is from you two or the other people who are involved in the investigation from these other agencies. So I just want to say one more time, this is very important that you understand that you're telling us right now that you will get us this information. You can get us the names, times, dates, and places that we need.
Yes.
And you'll do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. I just want to make sure that you're under oath and you understand that. I yield to the Chairman.